Have you ever heard of Germaine Tailleferre? If not, you're not alone. Despite her extraordinary talent and her significant contributions to the world of classical music, her name is often left out of the spotlight. Yet her story is one of resilience, creativity, and a passion for music that refused to be silenced. Germaine Tailleferre was a French composer who lived during a time of great artistic change. She was born in the late 19th century in 1892 and grew up in the vibrant city of Paris, a place alive with music, art, and new ideas. Paris was the heart of the creative world, and Tailleferre was right at its center. She lived from 1892 to 1983, witnessing 2 world wars and the transformation of music itself. From a young age, Tailleferre showed an incredible gift for music. She began composing as a child, often sneaking away to the piano to write melodies and harmonies that would later enchant audiences around the world. Her talent was undeniable, and her determination set her apart. Although she is not as famous as some of her contemporaries like Ravel or Debussy, Tailleferre's story is deeply inspiring. She was the only woman in the famous group of composers known as Les Six, a collective that helped shape the sound of modern French music. Her journey was not easy, but her perseverance and creativity made her a true pioneer. Tailleferre overcame many challenges to share her music with the world. In an era when women composers were often overlooked or dismissed, she refused to let obstacles stand in her way. She worked tirelessly, composing late into the night, and fought for her place in a male-dominated world. Her courage and dedication opened doors for future generations of women in music. Tailleferre's music is full of life, energy, and a unique sense of playfulness. Her compositions sparkle with charm and wit, often blending classical traditions with modern rhythms and harmonies. Whether she was writing for a full orchestra or a solo piano, her music always carried her signature style, bright, inventive, and unmistakably her own. She wrote for orchestras, ballets, and even films, bringing her music to life in concert halls and theaters across Europe. Her works were performed by some of the greatest musicians of her time, and her collaborations with artists and dancers helped redefine what music could be. In addition to her large-scale works, Tailleferre also wrote beautiful pieces for solo instruments and voices. Her music could be delicate and lyrical, or bold and adventurous, always reflecting her vibrant spirit and deep love for her craft. Today, her music truly deserves to be heard and celebrated. Each note she wrote is a testament to her talent and her determination to make her voice heard, even when the world tried to ignore her. Let's take a closer look at the life and legacy of this remarkable woman. Through her music and her story, we can discover not only the beauty of her compositions, but also the strength it took to create them. We'll explore her journey from a young girl in Paris to an internationally recognized composer. Along the way, we'll witness her triumphs, her struggles, and the moments that defined her extraordinary career. And we'll see how Germaine Tailleferre became a true pioneer for women in music, inspiring countless others to follow their dreams. Her legacy lives on not just in her compositions, but in every woman who dares to create, perform, and share her voice with the world. Germaine Tailleferre was born near Paris in 1892. She loved music from a young age. She learned piano at home. She started composing her own pieces as a child. She knew she wanted to be a composer. Her family didn't always understand her passion. They didn't think composing was suitable for a girl, but Germaine was determined. She even changed her name to sound more artistic. She became Germaine Tailleferre. This showed her commitment to her dream. At 17, Tailleferre entered the Paris Conservatoire. This was a prestigious music school. It was unusual for women to study composition there, but Tailleferre excelled. She won top prizes for her work. The Conservatoire was more than just a school for Tailleferre. It was a place to meet like-minded musicians. She became friends with other young composers. These included Francis Poulenc, Darius Milhaud, and Arthur Honegger. They would later become famous as members of Les Six. Les Six was a group of French composers. They wanted to create a new modern sound. They were inspired by jazz, music hall tunes, and everyday life. Tailleferre was the only woman in the group. Being the only woman in Les Six was not always easy. People didn't always take her seriously. Some critics thought her music was too feminine. But Tailleferre didn't let this stop her. She continued to compose music that was true to herself. The 1920s and 30s were, a time of great creativity for Tailleferre. Paris was alive with energy, and the city itself seemed to pulse with the rhythm of new ideas and artistic innovation. For Tailleferre, this was a period of transformation, both personally and musically. She was surrounded by a vibrant community of artists, writers, and musicians, all pushing the boundaries of what was possible in their respective fields. The air was thick with inspiration, and Tailleferre thrived in this environment, channeling the spirit of the age into her compositions. She wrote some of her most important works during this period. Tailleferre was constantly experimenting, blending classical traditions with the bold modern sounds that were emerging all around her. Her music reflected the excitement and optimism of the era, but also its complexity and depth. She poured her heart into every note, determined to make her mark in a world that was rapidly changing. Among her many achievements, one of the standout pieces was the ballet Le Marchand, which means the bird seller. This ballet was a dazzling display of color, movement, and sound, capturing the imagination of audiences with its playful melodies and inventive choreography. It was a true collaboration between music and dance, and it showcased Tailleferre's unique ability to tell stories through her compositions. This ballet was just full of wit and charm, and honestly, it was a huge success. Tailleferre also wrote concertos, chamber music, and film scores during this time, each piece revealing a different facet of her creative genius. Her chamber works sparkled with clarity and precision, while her concertos were bold and expressive, pushing the limits of what the instruments could do. She even ventured into the world of film, bringing her distinctive voice to the silver screen. Her music was played all over Europe, from the grand concert halls of Paris to the bustling theatres of London and Berlin. Audiences everywhere were captivated by her fresh approach and unmistakable style. Critics praised her originality, and fellow musicians admired her technical skill and fearless experimentation. And she was finally getting the recognition she deserved. After years of hard work and perseverance, Tailleferre's name was becoming synonymous with innovation and excellence in music. She was celebrated not just as a talented composer, but as a trailblazer who was helping to shape the sound of a new era. Her music really captured the spirit of the roaring 20s. It was fresh, exciting, and just full of life. Tailleferre's compositions echoed the optimism and exuberance of the time, but they also hinted at the deeper emotions beneath the surface. Through her work, she invited listeners to experience the joy, the hope, and the endless possibilities of a world in transition. Her legacy from this era continues to inspire musicians and audiences alike, reminding us of the power of creativity to shape the future. Life wasn't always easy for Tailleferre. She faced, many challenges. She had 2 marriages that ended in divorce, and this was definitely difficult for her. She also struggled financially at times. Then came World War II, a terrifying time for everyone in Europe. Tailleferre had to flee France with her young daughter, and they escaped to the United States. Even through these difficult years, she continued to compose music. For her, music was both an escape and a solace. After the war, Tailleferre returned to France. She was determined to rebuild her life and her career. She started composing again with renewed energy. She wrote operas, ballets, and music for children. Tailleferre's music was still popular. She received commissions from all over the world. She also taught composition at the Paris Conservatory. She wanted to inspire a new generation of composers. She was finally receiving the recognition and respect she deserved. Even in her later years, Tailleferre never stopped composing. She faced health problems, but her spirit remained strong. She continued to write music until she was almost 90 years old. Her later works were just as full of life as her earlier pieces. They were a testament to her resilience and her passion for music. She never let anything stop her from doing what she loved. She is an inspiration to us all. Germaine Tailleferre died in 1983 at the age of 91. She left behind a rich musical legacy. She wrote over 200 works in many different styles. She was a pioneer for women in music. Tailleferre's music is finally getting the attention it deserves. More and more people are discovering her work. Her story is an inspiration to aspiring musicians everywhere. She shows us that anything is possible with passion and determination. Germaine Tailleferre's story is truly remarkable. Born in 1892 near Paris, she grew up in a world where women were rarely encouraged to pursue careers in music, let alone composition. Yet from a young age, Germaine displayed an extraordinary talent and determination that set her apart. Despite facing resistance from her own family, who did not initially support her musical ambitions, she persevered, enrolling at the Paris Conservatory and quickly making a name for herself among her peers. She was a talented composer who overcame many obstacles to share her music with the world. Tailleferre was the only female member of the famous group of composers known as Les Six, a collective that helped shape the sound of 20th century French music. Her compositions, ranging from lively ballets to delicate piano pieces, were celebrated for their wit, charm and inventiveness. She worked tirelessly, often in the face of skepticism and bias, to ensure her voice was heard. She was a pioneer for women in music. At a time when the female composers were often overlooked or dismissed, Germaine Tailleferre broke barriers and opened doors for future generations. She collaborated with some of the most influential artists and musicians of her era, proving that talent knows no gender. Her courage and resilience inspired countless women to follow their own creative paths. She left behind a legacy that continues to inspire. Tailleferre's music has been performed in concert halls around the world, and her innovative spirit lives on in the work of contemporary composers. Her achievements have been recognized with numerous awards and honors, and her story is now celebrated in museums and music history books. I encourage you to discover the music of Germaine Tailleferre. Whether you are a lifelong lover of classical music or just beginning your journey, her compositions offer something truly special. Listen to her works and you'll find a unique blend of playfulness, elegance, and emotional depth that is instantly captivating. Listen to her joyful melodies and her vibrant harmonies. From the sparkling energy of her piano concertos to the lyrical beauty of her chamber music, Tailleferre's pieces are filled with color and life. Her music invites you to experience the world through her eyes, full of hope, curiosity, and a zest for creativity. Let her music transport you to another time and place. Imagine the bustling streets of early 20th century Paris, the excitement of new artistic movements, and the courage it took to stand out in a male-dominated world. Through her compositions, you can feel the spirit of an era and the heart of a true innovator. Remember the story of this incredible woman. Germaine Tailleferre's journey reminds us that passion and perseverance can overcome even the greatest obstacles. Her life is a testament to the power of following your dreams, no matter the challenges you face. She is a true unsung heroine of music, whose legacy deserves to be celebrated and cherished by all who love the art of sound.